Hey party people. Today, I'm making lunch on my new camping stove. The propane tank comes from Bluefire, and it's a really nice large size propane fuel tank, as you can see, and it fits really nicely into this Hotdevil camping stove. That's a Bottletop stove design. So instead of having a separate tube that comes out of the propane tank to the cooktop, it actually screws right onto the top of the bottle and comes with this nice little base here. And it has some fold-away legs, so it gives it a lot of stability. The tank fits right inside and it holds it really securely so it's not going anywhere. So it's a really nice looking camping stove, and I wanted to try it out, make lunch on it today, and we'll go through how long it takes to boil water, how this thing functions, all of its different features. And I'm also going to go through this little nested camping set that I picked up from Odoland. It's for two, and it has all these different cook pots, as well as cups and silverware and things like that. It also comes with its own little stove that goes on the top of the bottle. I'm not going to test that today, but I just wanted to mention it. So we'll go through this little cooking set here. We'll also go through this little collapsible kettle here, and I'll make some tea with it at the end after I'm done making my lunch in the cookware. And then I've just got some salt, I've got some pasta, I have this Wegmans Grandpa's sauce. I really like Wegmans original sauces from their store if you have Wegmans near you, so I'm gonna try that out. And then I just have some Irish breakfast tea from Twinings, so we'll make that at the end. And then I just have a bowl with a little strainer in here for the pasta. So if we take a look at this little stove here, you can see it has some controls on the side to control the size of the flame. And then this little button here is actually an igniter. And if you look from the top, you got a nice large cooking surface here. This is where the gas comes out of. You have that little sparker there to start with the igniter. And it's just an overall really nice cooking stove setup. And it has a lot of room on top and a lot of stability, so you could probably fit pretty big pots on top of here. These pots aren't that big, but we'll see how much we can fit inside. We'll see how fast the water boils. We'll cook some food in it. We'll make some tea, and we'll see how it goes. So let's get started. So if I put these to the side here, I can open up this little cookware set here from Odoland. So I love that it fits in its own little bag here. It has a mesh bag that keeps everything contained, and I like that everything's nested. You have one little saucepan here, and it has these handles. They all have this, and they're these nice little handles that kind of fit together so that they make it easy to grab handle. They'll stay cool because they're coated with a kind of rubberized silicone material. And then when you're done with them, you can just unfold it and pack it away. Then we have the smaller size of that. Got one metal mug here. This is the little stove that comes with it, and it fits on top of a bottle. I'm not going to go over this today, like I said, but again, it screws to the top of the bottle directly, and it has a little fold-out holder for pots and pans. It has its own little igniter, and it's got a way to control the flame right here, and it fits into this little plastic box here. So maybe someday I'll go over this one too, but for today I'm going to try out this one. Then you have these two little nylon sacks with grab handles here. They're just little paracord handles. They have Velcro on the top, and each of these has the same items inside. So if you open it up, you have three little types of fold-up silverware. So you got the fork, spoon, and knife. And these are the ones that I'll be using today, but I only need one set because it's a table for one today. So these guys will work out just fine. Then we have the other little metal cup here. Then we have a smaller stock pot, again with the nice handles. This one holds up to 800 milliliters. And then you have this larger cook pot, and this one goes up to 1,000 milliliters or 32 ounces. While the smaller stock pot goes to 800 milliliters or 24 ounces. So because I'm only making a small amount of pasta today, I'm going to use the one that's 24 ounces. So I'll fill it up with 24 ounces of water, and then we'll see how long it takes to boil. I'll put it on my Apple Watch timer, and we can check out how long it takes at max heat to boil water in these pots with this nice little cooktop here. So first of all, we have to get this started. You always want to keep this valve fully closed for safety before you start it. So I have it fully closed. So I'll go ahead and open it just slightly, and then I'll ignite it. Can't really see the flames because it's light out here. I'm keeping it on this large flame here because I want to give it an honest chance to really boil this water quickly. Then I just have some water over here. There's actually some nice little lines inside these stock pots to show you where the fill lines are. So I'm going to fill it up to this 24-ounce line. And there we go, it's right up to the line. And I'll fold out these two little handles here. And then I'm going to get my timer ready. As soon as I put it on here, I'll start the timer. So I'm going to put it on, start the timer, and we'll see how long this takes to boil. It is just a tad bit windy today, so if it takes a little bit longer to boil than usual, that might be the case because the flames are kind of blowing this way. But we'll see how it affects the time it takes to bring this to a boil. Right now, we're at about 6.5 minutes, and it's really close to boiling. And there we go. We just reached a full rapid boiling at 6:55. So it took 6 minutes and 55 seconds for this to reach a full boil. So I'll go ahead and stop the timer. Might adjust this down a little bit. Just wanted to bring it to a simmer. Then I can go ahead and add some salt to this water. Always salt your pasta water. Then I'll add some Campanelle to this, and I'll check the directions here. It says to boil it for 10 minutes, but I like mine a little bit al dente, so I'm gonna do 8 minutes. So I'll go ahead and dump some pasta inside. Just enough so that it's still coated by the water. I'm gonna go ahead and restart my timer for 8 minutes, and I'll give it a little stir with this fork here. Just to make sure the pasta doesn't stick together. So the 8-minute timer is up. So I'll go ahead and turn this off by rotating the valve until it's fully closed. And one thing to note is while I was cooking it, this cook pot, the edge of the handle kind of burnt. I even tried to move it to the edge. I think the coating just goes too close to the actual pot on these pots. It would be better if they cut it off right here so it was only where you were grabbing that was coated with the silicone, because this is not heat proof, and see, it kind of bubbled up and burnt there. So that's not ideal. The cook pot still functioned pretty well, but I think this is an issue for me. So I'll go ahead and drain this pasta. So I have a little strainer and a little metal bowl here. And I'll let this drain completely. And I just went and emptied the hot water out of here, and now I can put the pasta into the bowl. I'll try a piece. Yeah, it's salted nicely, and it's perfectly al dente. So then, since it's still ripping hot, and this is room temperature sauce, I'll just pour a little bit on top. I know it's not ideal to not cook it in the sauce, but hey, I'm just making a quick lunch today. So I'll pour a little bit of sauce in here, enough to coat the pasta. Close that up. And then I'll mix it up. And it's clinging nicely to the pasta here. Smells really good. And now lunch is served. So I can use this cool little fork here. That's really good. Could definitely use some pecorino romano, but I don't really feel like going in the house again. So I'm just gonna eat it like this, it's fine. I love Campanelle pasta. It has that nice little shape to it. So that was really good, and the stove functioned really well there. I think the fact that it took over 6 minutes to boil is really because it's windy out here, so I wouldn't take that as a negative knock about this. I think it actually boiled water fairly quickly for these windy conditions, so I don't have anything negative to say about this stove itself yet. So let's go into our second test, which is to take this collapsible kettle here. This is actually a kettle that has a metal bottom, but the top is made out of silicone, so you're able to collapse it easily to fit it in a camping bag, fit it in your car. And I think it's a really nice design, but I haven't tried it out yet. So I want to see how this boils on here, how long it takes to make a cup of tea. So I'll take this Irish breakfast tea. And I'll put the tea bag in here. Now I will dump some water into here. Looks like I have about 3.5 cups of water in here. I don't need all that, so we'll see how much I put in. So now there's about 1.5 cups left. So I put in 2 cups. That should be plenty because this is a really small little mug. So if I close that up, I can put this on top of here. I'll turn the gas on. I'll start it, and then I'll start my timer, and we'll just wait for this to boil. And we're at almost exactly 6 minutes, and it just started to boil here. So I'll turn off the gas. And I think because this was only 2 cups instead of 3 cups, it boiled a little bit faster. I like that this kettle, despite it being silicone, didn't melt anywhere around the side. The handle stayed fine. I think the wider base helped. So I think this is a pretty cool kettle, and the fact that it's collapsible is nice. I wouldn't obviously put it over an open flame because it would probably melt, but anything that's like a camping stove would probably work here. So then I can go ahead and dump some boiling water into this little cup here. Fill it to the top, move the tea bag around, and then I'll give this like 2 minutes to brew here. And the 2 minutes is up, so I can grab the little cup here, dunk the tea bag a few times, put the used tea bag in this pot, and then blow on this. Don't want to burn myself. And I can see how this tea turned out. It's still really hot, but tastes good, works well. So as far as these items, I think the Bluefire propane tank functions excellently, as well as the Hotdevil Bottletop camping stove. That thing functioned amazingly. I like that it has the built-in starter. I like that it has the adjustability. It has a nice steady stand. It has a wide cooktop to accommodate a large variety of different pot sizes. So I think overall these 2 items are amazing. As far as this collapsible kettle, this thing functioned really well too. Like I said, I wouldn't use it over an open fire. It has limited use cases, but as long as you have a camping stove, I think this is definitely usable. And the fact that it packs away makes it pretty nice. So I think depending on your use case, this could be a worthwhile investment. But as far as the nested camping cookware set, I think it's really nice quality as far as like the design. I like how nested it is, how you can pack it all away in that little mesh bag. But I think the fact that they put too long of a silicone coating on the handles is a problem for me, because you should not take it all the way to the side of the pot. That makes it impossible to put this over a camping stove or a fire without burning the handle, which is exactly what I did. So I think I'm gonna have to modify these if I wanna use them again. I'll probably take a utility blade or wire cutters and just like cut it off here and remove this bit so that it's a little bit further back so you can still grab the handle, but I don't have to worry about it burning right there. So I think it's just a design flaw, but overall I still kind of like this set, but that just bothers me a little bit considering I just bought this and it's already burnt and I didn't even have the flame on super high. I even moved it to the side so that it wasn't right over the flame. So I wish this was a little bit more heat proof and designed just slightly better. But overall, I think this was a nice experience. I enjoyed my little lunch here. I enjoyed my tea. Everything worked out just fine. And I also wanted to mention that this is my 100th video. So a year ago, I really wanted to start a YouTube channel, and my goal was to post 1 video a week, and I've averaged nearly 2 videos a week, and these past 10 days, I've posted a video every day. I'm not going to be able to continue to do a video every day, but I just wanted to see what happens if I really pushed myself to be productive and get videos up as quickly as possible. If you like the content on my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And thank you all for watching me for 100 videos so far, and however many views and hours of watch time I've gotten thus far has been all because of you. This channel exists because of you, and I hope the content is something that you're interested in. If it is, or if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them in the comment box below. Thank you as always for watching, and I will absolutely see you in the next video. Take care.